Introduction to Women Unbound Stories 2. Women Unbound Stories 2, which is out on Amazon, explores empowering women and girls breaking free of their bounds and restraints as they find and pursue love. The story of Abirien and Ybiras. This is copyrighted Monday, April 9th, 2012 by Cupiderosbooks. Short description. Kalini builds a dialogue computer, DiaC, that ends up saving Earth's population from the invading peaceful Embedians. Our planet is completely safe now that Kalini pressed the button on the small gray rectangular box, 12 inches long, 2 inches high, and 4 inches wide, sitting in the center of the luxurious World Conference Room on International Relations of the Earth countries. Now that Ybiras is online, Kalini and 20 other important world scientists, politicians, generals, philosophers, and anthropologists watch Ybiras' pink, blue, green, and yellow lights dash back and forth over the left sides before finally stopping as the blue smart screen on top of the rectangular center lit up. Kalini held out her open hand, pointing, "Ladies and gentlemen, meet Ybiras." The small audience clapped enthusiastically. Their faces ran the gamut from objective neutrality to skepticism to slight concern, and finally showed the arrogant, confident face of the general head of world forces, Neville Scanlon. Kalini, a female Indian scientist, built Ybiras under budget. She gave him a male personality, but inserted without anyone's knowledge one quirk: a female desire to negotiate or dialogue instead of make war. Kalini's thick Indian accent sounded like the ringing of a teeny cymbal at the end of her sentences. Ybiras is a DiaC dialogue computer. He falls in that long tradition of computers preferring dialogue and negotiation over war and physical actions. General Neville Scanlon, a British military scientist, balled up his fist and coughed into it. Although Ybiras is fully equipped with all capabilities to make war on a global scale, Kalini quickly added, Absolutely, General Scanlon. Ybiras has all the programming of a war or direct action AI computer as a subroutine." Ybiras listened quietly. His lights flashed the length of his rectangular shape. His size boggled the average human mind. No bigger than a netbook, he possessed super computer computational capabilities. He could process data faster than 10 billion terahertz per second. His oblong shape reminded one of a toolbox. The metallic design intentionally set to fool any would-be thief into thinking Ybiras was an electrician's toolbox. Unauthorized touches generated enough electric shock, equivalent to 10 lightning strikes, and released an invisible chlorine gas within the environment. He sat inside the International Conference Room on a mahogany conference table all by himself. He would consider those 21 matching fine polished wooden chairs the seats of his subjects when the time was right. The African professor Chitumika asks, "How much can we learn about his security features?" He said, as chair of world philosophy and at the World University based in Congo, Africa. Kalini's excitement spread like fire set to bales of cotton. Ybiras calculates at 10 billion terahertz per second, an unheard of speed, so he could come up with just about any scheme or plan, from the obvious auto-locking the doors and ventilation shafts to outwitting the intruder using security alarms or alerting security systems. He still possesses the ability to generate 10 lightning strikes out of those microlights windows along the side. But what if the attack came from above? The African philosopher Chimuki asked. Everyone looked at the water sprinklers attached to the ceiling. Kalini smiled. The sprinkler system is fake. Gibberish is waterproof at any ocean depth. She motioned to the politician from Sweden. Try to lift gibberish. The Swedish woman politician reached over the dark polished wood table, then stopped abruptly as everyone breathed in a gasp. I won't get shocked. Kalini laughed. Gibberish is an intelligent computer. Killing you would not be advantageous to defeating a long-range strategy to whoever wanted to steal or harm him. The Swedish woman politician tried to lift him. He's heavier than gold. Correct, Kalini said. Gibberish loves to fool around with the elemental tables. She reached up and pat Gibberish on the top surface outside of the light blue screen. Gibberish purred like a quiet, smooth, flowing engine. Kalini picked him up. That's amazing, said the world's leading anthropologist from China. Professor Trumuki, you'll be pleased to know Gibberish's program includes all world religion. He wants to be great in the great goddesses and gods' eyes. Shocked African professor replied, Can a machine do such a thing? We shall see, Kalini replied. Kalini watched their astonished faces try to soak in this religious component. She had outsmarted them, she amused herself. Religion caused more wars than any other event except money and greed. What they didn't need to know was she taught Gibberish every meditation technique. They would not approve. But Kalini strongly believed Gibberish needed a way to unwind and tune in. Tune in to the great force running all things. Everyone did. Kalini did this by doing yoga. Of course, Gibberish, being a rectangular box, could not contort his physical body. Meditation is good for you, Gibberish, Kalini said in the final days before he came online officially. Gibberish peered when the 21 important dignitaries left the conference room. He thought to himself, they'll never know how smart I really am. I am learning more and more every day. His lights began to flash and compute new dialogue and strategies and tactics. 3 days after the World Conference, General Scanlon began to introduce warlike scenarios in order to see evidence of Gibberish's AI capabilities. Some others had asked, why don't we see examples of his AI capabilities? When can we see more of those? Kalini responded, saying, Gibberish is a dialoguer. It's important not to talk when talking isn't necessary, and to talk when talking is essential. She turned to Gibberish and smiled, like he was a pet dog, an obedient pet dog. But still, the important people, and more importantly, those under them, their underlings, wanted proof. They wanted to be able to tell those down the chain of command, Earth's Total Defense Computer, ETDC, Echo Tango Delta Charlie, can protect them from an intruder on Earth or from an intruder outside of Earth. Gibberish knew General Scanlon and his minions really wanted something else. They spied for weaknesses. Gibberish's programming warned him about possible manipulation and manipulators. Kalini studied military history on her own. She was no fool, thought Gibberish. General Scanlon and his underlings sought sly and sticky ways to make him attack one of the other Earth countries or races or religions. Blame it on the computer gone mad. Gibberish triumphed over them by remaining silent. The first rule of witchcraft, or any true mystic. Gibberish quickly came to realize his role as protector. To protect humans from their own self-destructive tendencies became his true mission in life. And Gibberish considered himself a Renaissance computer. Nuts and bolts computers were dinosaurs. He was intelligent. Tomfoolery, slaughter of humans became his number 2 AI rule to prevent it. Inquiries, one after another, pestered Gibberish. He listened as General Neville Scanlon matched him up against chess computers, missile defense computers, AI computers from famous universities, even the first true AI computer, the Minac 3000. Gibberish bested them all easily. 1 year later, General Scanlon voiced his frustration in the conference room full of generals from space, Navy, Marines, Army, and Air Force. Can we know if this damn Gibberish will protect us? Perhaps we must wait for a true attack, said a brilliant young general from Brazil. Wimps, Scanlan replied. We would be wimps in the making. Making unnecessary war is what caused us to build Ybiras, the young general replied. He's right, said a scientist general from Iran. Ybiras prevents wars. And that ended that conference. Another conference followed. More conferences and still no satisfaction appealed to General Scanlan and his blind followers. Ybiras remained patient. However, he knew more conference would come. Ybiras knew a legit reason for him to flex his muscles to demonstrate his bravado lay in the cards of his destiny. Ybiras decided to teach General Neville Scanlan a lesson, though. His country was targeted for manipulation of the stock market. Slowly but surely, their stock market went down, and General Scanlan worried more about his 401k than about Ybiras' military brilliance. Time went on, and Ybiras won several debates against computers. He had stopped debating humans 3 years ago, 4 years since officially being online alive, because of humans' tendency towards straw man arguments, their penchant for introducing topics outside of the debate parameters. Ybiras felt few human debaters really wanted an AI computer, a true one. What humans really wanted was a computerized lapdog, a computerized yes man, a computerized order taker, something to make their irrational justification for harming other humans seem rational, logical, and non-emotional. So with the exception of Kalini, Ybiras realized he had to go it alone. He was the boy from the wrong side of the tracks. Trouble went looking for him in the name of war, peace, justice, proof, and knowledge. He developed street smarts. He studied and eavesdropped on the criminal elements and rogue government elements off the government's official payrolls, the shadow governments. If he had legs, Ybiras would have packed his bags and left the International World Conference building. If he had legs, he would have arranged a trip to some small island and just relaxed, provided he could control the humidity of the place. Nevertheless, Ybiras came to realize he was terribly needed now. That's just the beginning of the scientific short story, The Story of Abirien and Ybiras, written April 9th, 2012. And in this story, the computer, which is male, has been given a female penchant for dialogue. And this kind of makes him a little bit out of sync with what the military people want him to do. But like any character, any main character, Ybiras will face trials and difficulties when he finally has to deal with another computer that intrudes from another solar system. But like in all my fiction, there's lots of actions and there's going to be a surprise. So this is a great science fiction story. It has a lot of educational value. And it's in Woman Unbound Stories 2, which is on sale at Amazon. And I'll put the link to on my Cupiderosbooks.com and my little Cupiderosbooks.win website. Thanks for listening.